Imagine these invisible shields, constantly watching, protecting nations from the most advanced things flying through the air.
Yeah, threats you can barely even imagine.
Exactly. We're talking hypersonic missiles, screaming through the atmosphere, even satellites way up in orbit.
Mm-hmm.
So today, we're looking beyond just the tech itself. We're exploring the absolute cutting edge of this silent high-stakes arms race.
It really is.
How are the world's powers building these ultimate defenses? And what do these systems tell us about, the future of global security? Deterrence.
That's exactly what we're aiming for in this deep dive. We're going to unpack three of the real heavy hitters: Russia's S-500 Prometheus, the U.S.'s THAAD system, and China's HQ-19.
Okay.
We'll dig into their unique strengths, their challenges too, and really what their capabilities mean for global defense strategies, that whole strategic chess match you mentioned.
And this isn't just a quick look, right? We've waded through a stack of reports, analyses.
A lot of technical stuff.
Oh, yeah. Boiling all that heavy detail down into hopefully sharp, digestible insights so you can walk away feeling genuinely clued in about these really vital technologies.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with Russia's S-500 Prometheus. Now, this system seems to really push the limits of air defense.
It certainly aims to.
It's Russia's newest cutting-edge mobile system, does both anti-ballistic missile ABM and anti-air. It apparently entered service back in 2021.
That's the timeline, yeah, with the first regiments expected to be fully up and running by late 2024.
Okay.
And what's really interesting about the S-500 is how it's designed to work with the older systems, like the S-400 and S-300.
Ah, so it's layered.
Exactly. It creates this really formidable, multi-layered air defense setup, like a defense in depth. They even call it first-generation space defense.
Space defense. Why space?
Because it's specifically designed to go after the really tough targets. Hypersonic missiles, low-orbit satellites, other super high-speed threats way up there, near space altitudes.
Gotcha.
You might also hear it called the 55R6M Triumph Fader-M, same system.
And the heart of it, the radars. They sound incredibly advanced, but what does advanced really mean when you're trying to track something like a hypersonic missile? What are the challenges there?
That's a great point. It relies on this whole network of specialized radars. Think of them as dedicated eyes for different jobs. You've got the 91N6AM, the Big Bird radar for long-range watching.
Big Bird, okay.
Yeah. And others like the 96L6 ETSP and 76T6 for actually engaging the target, pinpointing it. And then there's a dedicated 77T6 ABM radar just for ballistic missile tracks.
Wow, quite the suite.
It is. And the claim detection ranges are huge, maybe 2,000, even 3,000 kilometers. That Big Bird battle management radar reportedly tracks over 20 ballistic missiles at the same time.
20 simultaneously.
That's the claim. This layering is crucial for catching those fast, potentially erratic targets early and keeping a lock on them.
Okay, now what about the shooters? It uses two main missile types. Sounds versatile, but does that make things, overly complicated? Logistics, training?
It definitely speaks to its ambition. And yeah, that's a potential trade-off. Its main interceptors are the 77 N6N and N1 types. Hit to kill.
Hit to kill, meaning direct impact.
Exactly. No explosive warhead needed.
Yeah.
Just kinetic force. These things are fast. Mach 5 to Mach 7. Range up to maybe 600 kilometers, altitude up to 200 kilometers. Very high. But what makes it unique is it can also apparently use missiles from the S-400 system, like the 40N6, and even the incredibly fast 53 T6M ABM interceptors that supposedly hit Mach 14.
Mach 14, so flexibility is the upside.
Huge flexibility, yeah. It can tailor its response. But you're right, it absolutely means a more complex supply chain, more intricate training for the crews.
Right.
Still, the performance claims are eye-watering, engaging up to 10 ballistic or hypersonic targets at once. A reaction time of just 3 to 4 seconds.
That's incredibly fast, much quicker than the S-400.
Significantly. S-400 is more like 9 to 10 seconds. And they claim the S-500 can intercept targets moving up to 7 kilometers per second. That's over Mach 20.
Mach 20? I mean, it's hard to even wrap my head around that kind of speed. What does that capability really change? Does it make human reaction almost irrelevant?
You've hit on it. Mach 20 shrinks that decision window down to milliseconds. It basically forces reliance on almost autonomous systems.
AI-driven defense.
Pretty much. The real insight, I think, is that systems like S-500 aren't just faster missiles. They're pushing us towards a future where the system's brain, its AI, its automated response becomes the most critical piece. It fundamentally changes deterrence.
Okay, so summing up the pros for S-500.
Well, it aims for that unmatched reach and altitude, that true multi-role capability we talked about.
Right. Longest reach, 600-kilometer range, 200-kilometer ceiling. Genuinely multi-role. ABM, anti-hypersonic, anti-satellite, anti-aircraft. It's mobile, integrated into the Russian network, and designed with advanced anti-jamming EW resistance.
All big pluses on paper.
But does trying to do everything maybe mean it compromises somewhere?
That's always the engineering challenge, isn't it? And it definitely comes with significant drawbacks. First, the cost is astronomical. Estimates are anywhere from $600 million to maybe even $2.5 billion per system.
Wow. Per system.
Per system. Deployment is still very limited, only a few regiments so far. And critically, it has zero combat-proven record.
So we haven't seen it work under real pressure.
Nope. Not in a real-world high-stakes fight. Plus, complex command and control, big logistical needs, and it relies heavily on Russia's early warning satellites, which, could be a weak point.